I imagine it's difficult being a parent, especially a parent of a daughter, like in this world that we live in, that's pretty much just gross all the time. However, I think there's being like cautionary, teaching your children right from wrong, you know, hoping they live a good, healthy life. And then there's being like a fucking creep, right? This video has gone kind of viral recently online, and it's of a dad like proposing, I don't know what you call it, to his daughter with like an abstinence ring. Is that what it's called? Very American. Very American. I don't even think it's American. I think it's kind of like Mormon. No, I don't know. I'm just saying stuff now. You don't need to correct me on that. I know everything I just said was wrong. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Watch this. Dad proposes to 20-year-old daughter with purity ring. Purity ring. That's it. A different kind of proposal. And they put a heart and a...
What is this?
Sarah, will you wear this ring as a sign and a promise to God and to me to remain pure until the day you're married?
Yes. That is gorgeous.
Give me your left hand.
Now listen, this isn't exactly unheard of or uncommon, purity rings.
You were the type that eclipsed the room. I was the one who arrived too soon. But no one would ever bet against us if they saw us exchanging glances.
Staying a virgin, right, until you're married for religious reasons or just personal preference is absolutely fine. Not that it needs my approval. But it's fine. That's normal. That's something normal people do. It's a decision. I mean, you know, it's a decision you make. It's like waiting to get your ears pierced till you're 18. Is that a thing? I think it might be. Why has your dad got to propose to you, though? Why has your dad? To me, this is just as awkward as, like, the talk, you know? Talking to your parents or talking to your child about how babies are made, which they already know, by the way. You don't need to... Well, no, you do need to talk to them about safe sex. They have the internet. No, God, no, don't let them go on the internet. It's a very awkward situation. So you think about it in your head, right? Your dad is coming up to you and getting on one knee and being like, please don't have sex until you're married. And you're like, sure. Sure, why not? Why? Yeah, absolutely. It's just very, very awkward. Like this says, right? Imagine your father thinking about your purity when you're about 12. Yeah, that would be bothersome. I don't know. I can't get it through my head what I'm thinking. When I was 16, my parents decided to have a talk with me in which I informed them that it was way too late for the talk. This is even weirder than that. Yeah, I think it might be. They have these weird dances too, where the daughters wear dresses similar to wedding dresses, pledging their virginity to daddy. It's fucking gross, borderline incestuous.
Let's talk about purity ball. I've been seeing a lot of videos of like some Kentucky pageant, and they just reminded me of these. So in case you don't remember what a purity ball is, here we go. Purity balls are events that are held by very conservative Christian groups in which the daughters and fathers have their daughters sign an abstinence contract. Yeah, girls generally dress in white. They have like prom style pictures taken a lot of time. There are corsages involved. And often fathers will give their daughters some sort of gift like a necklace or something that is generally a lock that the father then holds the key to. And if you're thinking this sounds really strange and cultish, that is because it absolutely is. Generally, these events have an entrance of sorts. They have a dinner, a keynote speaker, and then formal dancing. And it is to remind a daughter that the father holds the key to her sexuality. And the fathers make a vow to protect their daughter's virginity in something that very eerily looks like a wedding to their daughters. Do these still happen? I was hearing about them a ton in 2010, and if you have not read Jessica Valenti's book, Purity Myth, I highly recommend. She covers these extensively. But I feel like I don't hear about them as much anymore. Has anybody been to one recently?
And that's what it is. It's kind of like the dad is kind of like in charge of the daughter's sex life. Do they do this to boys? Do they do a boys' like, don't have sex until, like, does the mum propose to the boy, the son? I doubt it. This obsession with what's going on in someone else's pants is very creepy. It is creepy that it's almost like a ritual-esque kind of situation. I don't think it's creepy to be concerned that perhaps your daughter or son, like if your younger brother or sister, you found out they were sexually active at an inappropriate age, you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? So I said, how about promising to keep the bedroom tidy? Listen, that's not the situation here. We all have untidy rooms sometimes. Don't act like there aren't clothes on your floor right now. So it says the way her arms are crossed tells me so much. Yeah, her arms are crossed the whole time. She looks very, very uncomfortable the whole time. It is uncomfortable. Imagine you're in your room, in your pajamas. I'm assuming they're pajamas because they're not going outside clothes. And your dad comes in, gets on one knee and proposes to you. It's like, don't have sex until you're married. That would make me uncomfortable. A lot of people are saying like, you know, oh, it's so weird, it's so creepy. It is really creepy, but it's, like I said, it's not, what's the word? It's not like unusual. Like, look at this.
Go ahead and tell it. I can't open this.
Let me explain something to you. This ring right here is our purity ring. It's something we've done. We give them to your sister. We give them to our granddaughter. At 13 years old, this ring is a reminder. Every time you feel it on your finger, every time you look at it, every time you touch it, it's a reminder of one gift that you can only give one time. This ring is a pledge that you will save them for marriage. Okay? Yeah.
I'm still struggling. But she's getting. And there's makeup all over
They
my
take
hair.
it. It's okay.
Take.
Here.
Oh,
There
that's
you go.
pretty. There you go, bud.
So, wear this ring and always remember that Mom and Daddy love you, and if you ever need us,
That's quite nice at the end. Remember this ring and remember this ring. Wear this ring and remember that your mum and dad love you. That's cute, but he's basically giving her this ring and being like, whenever you feel like you want to see. She's 13 years old, he said, or they gave him to someone else and they were 13. It makes me extremely, extremely uncomfortable. I don't know about you, but it's a very icky feeling. Very, very strange. Very, very weird. The biggest thing that weirds me out about this is the promise of the daughter and the, what's the word? The idea of the parents, and for some reason coming from the dad, saying, promise us that you won't have sex until you're married. Promise your virginity won't go until you're married. Which I can understand for... No, I can't understand it, but I get some people are religious with it, right? And that's a religion thing, sure. And if the individual is religious themselves and they that's what they want to do with their lives, then absolutely fine. And please let it be known that I'm not judging people for having purity rings. I found this TikTok, by Black Girl on TikTok, where she is getting her own purity ring as a promise to herself, as a promise to her God for her religion. And I think it's a really cute, really, really nice idea for her. Nothing creepy about it. It's her religion. It's what she wants to do. It's a nice kind of process for her to do alone. You know, there's no guy involved, no dad involved. It's just nicely done. Feels peaceful with her own choice, with her own decision, you know? I just think it's a very... I don't know how to say it. It just makes me very uncomfortable. I can't quite explain it. Like in one point, right? Yes, I can imagine being a parent. It's something you would be concerned about, and, you know, be like, you know, do it safely, do it in when you feel ready, when it's appropriate, all this kind of stuff. And the other side is also like, you don't promise your virginity to your, or you don't promise the security of your virginity to your dad and be like, yeah, I promise, all this kind of stuff. I also found it really weird. Like, Disney Channel stars were doing this. Do you remember? They were all getting purity rings and it became a trend. I think the Jonas Brothers kind of started it. I doubt very much they kept to it. I don't know. You'll have to let me know your opinions down below. I thought it was a little bit creepy. I thought it was a little bit weird. Where's the balance there? Where's the balance of being concerned and being like, promise me you won't lose your virginity? You know, it brain hurts me and I'm not a parent, so I can't comment too well. I can comment as much as I can it, but I can't have a solid opinion without the knowledge of being a parent, you know what I mean? By the way, this is a mark from where I was sleeping with an eye mask and I must have slept so deep on that side that it carved itself into my face. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know your opinions down below, and I will see you soon. Bye.